Hello and welcome to 5 Minutes of Wellbeing with Vasilis on Mental Wellness TV. Today, we will talk about well-being and boundaries, protecting your energy. Say no with love. We are truly honored to have you with us today, and we invite you to take a few calming breaths as we explore a topic that touches the lives of so many: setting boundaries. We live in a world where being busy, available, and agreeable is often glorified. Saying yes has become automatic, while saying no feels uncomfortable, selfish, or even shameful. And yet, without boundaries, our energy is depleted, our emotional health suffers, and our relationships become strained. Many of us have found ourselves saying yes when we meant no, perhaps it was to avoid disappointing someone, to keep the peace, or simply because we didn't know how to say no without guilt. But what if we could say no in a way that is both firm and loving? What if protecting our energy was not an act of rejection, but an act of deep self-respect and inner peace? Studies have shown that chronic stress is often linked not only to external demands but also to internal struggles with boundaries. A 2021 study by the American Psychological Association found that 65% of people reported difficulty in managing personal boundaries, which in turn led to increased anxiety, burnout, and emotional fatigue. Especially in professions like caregiving, teaching, or social work, the inability to set healthy limits contributes significantly to emotional exhaustion. Boundaries are not walls. They are not about pushing people away or shutting them out. Boundaries are bridges, structures that help define where we end and others begin. They guide us in preserving our mental and emotional well-being, and they help us show up more fully and authentically in our lives. When we speak about well-being, we cannot exclude the essential role of boundaries. Think of your energy as a precious resource. Every commitment, conversation, or obligation you accept without alignment chips away at that resource. Saying no becomes an act of self-preservation, and in many ways, self-love. But the beauty lies in how we say it, without anger, without guilt, and without apology. We can say no with love. So how can we begin to develop this powerful skill in our own lives? Let's explore some practices and perspectives that can help us reclaim our energy and cultivate deeper peace. First, we must become aware of our internal signals. When do we feel drained, resentful, or overwhelmed? These feelings are not random, they are indicators that a boundary has been crossed. Often, our bodies know before our minds do. A tight chest, a lump in the throat, fatigue that doesn't go away, these are all signs that we may be overextended. Checking in with ourselves regularly, through practices like journaling or mindfulness, helps us stay in tune with what we need. Second, we can practice pausing before saying yes. Instead of immediately agreeing to every request, we give ourselves a moment to reflect. A simple phrase like, "Let me think about that and get back to you," creates space for clarity. In that pause, we can ask ourselves, is this something I truly want or need to do? Does it align with my values, time, and energy? If the answer is no, then we honor that truth. Another helpful approach is to prepare kind and respectful ways to say no. Here are a few examples. Thank you for thinking of me, but I won't be able to commit to that right now. I appreciate the offer, but I need to focus on my priorities at the moment. That doesn't feel aligned for me, but I wish you all the best with it. These are not excuses or apologies. They are expressions of honesty delivered with grace. We respect others by being clear and truthful, not by overcommitting and underdelivering. Third, let's talk about guilt. Guilt often follows when we begin setting boundaries, especially if we're used to people-pleasing. But we must remind ourselves, guilt is not always a sign that we are doing something wrong. Sometimes it's simply the discomfort of doing something new. Over time, as we see the positive effects of boundaries, more peace, better relationships, improved focus, the guilt fades and is replaced by empowerment. Setting boundaries is also an act of respect toward others. When we say no honestly, we model emotional maturity and invite others to do the same. We teach our children, friends, and partners that it's okay to protect their space and their needs. We build relationships based on mutual care, not silent resentment. One of the most powerful shifts we can make is to redefine what being kind means. Being kind doesn't mean being available 24/7 or saying yes to everything. True kindness includes honesty, clarity, and self-respect. It's saying, I care about you, and I also care about myself. This kind of honesty deepens trust and connection, rather than damaging it. Research in emotional intelligence supports this view. According to a study published in the Journal of Health Psychology, individuals who practiced assertive communication and boundary setting reported significantly lower levels of stress and burnout. Moreover, their relationships were described as more authentic and fulfilling, compared to those who routinely suppressed their needs to avoid conflict. In our daily lives, we can begin integrating these ideas by setting small, manageable boundaries. Maybe it means not checking emails after 8 p.m. Maybe it's declining a social invitation when we need rest. It could be as simple as saying, I'm not available to talk about this right now, or choosing to spend a day offline to recharge. Each boundary we set sends a signal to ourselves, I matter. My energy matters. Let's not forget the role of rest. Rest is not laziness, it is restoration. When we rest intentionally, we honor the cyclical nature of our energy. We cannot give endlessly without replenishment. Resting, saying no, and taking time for ourselves are essential ingredients in the recipe of well-being. As we continue to grow in this practice, we begin to notice something beautiful. We have more energy for the things and people that truly matter. We show up more present, more compassionate, and more joyful. We give not from depletion, but from overflow. And when we do say yes, it's a full-bodied yes, rooted in choice, not obligation. As we close, let's remind ourselves that setting boundaries is not about being selfish. It is about being self-aware. It is about honoring our emotional landscape and tending to it with gentleness and wisdom. Our well-being is not a luxury. It is the foundation from which all love, service, and creativity flow. We are not here to burn out for others. We are here to live fully, love deeply, and serve from a place of wholeness. And for that, we need space. We need honesty. We need boundaries. Here, then, is our gentle invitation. Let us give ourselves permission to protect our energy. Let us say no when we need to. Let us say it with kindness, with compassion, and with love. For in doing so, we say yes to ourselves. Here ends our presentation for today. We thank you deeply for being with us and for taking this moment to invest in your emotional well-being. We invite you to share with us the topics that matter most to you, questions, struggles, or areas you would like us to explore. Your voice shapes this community, and we will be sure to address your requests in upcoming episodes. We also encourage you to visit our website and explore our specialized collections. Whether you are looking for deeper resources, practical tools, or guided support, our curated selections are here to support you. If you wish to dive even deeper into the themes we discussed today, do not hesitate to explore these dedicated resources. Until next time, let us walk gently, speak truthfully, and love ourselves enough to set the boundaries we need.